negotiate reduced rates, that large employers have had the ability to negotiate reduced rates. And employer-sponsored benefits packages have always been one of those things that employers have looked at as a way of attracting and retaining the employees that they need. So most businesses that have 50 or more employees are already providing insurance, already have been, and this isn't that huge a shift for them. However, there was a reporting requirement that came along. In order to assess a business that either doesn't offer insurance to its employees or doesn't offer insurance that meets the minimum value and is affordable, they offer insurance, but it's really expensive, and most of the folks in their lower earnings levels can't afford it. If that happens, then there's a possibility of a shared responsibility payment. And you can't assess those payments if you don't have a way of knowing what insurance has been offered to what employees. So there's a whole reporting requirement that has to be worked out. The first attempt at establishing a reasonable reporting requirement was met with shock and amazement and horror, and has been rethought and is being revamped. And I believe that there are draft regulations out for comment still right now on the second attempt at establishing the reporting. But until we can work out the reporting, no shared responsibility payments on businesses can be assessed. And they're not automatic anyway. When they go into effect in 2015, which means you've got to file your 2015 tax return, so we're really looking at 2016 before any payments come due, all of these conditions have to be met. Either you've not offered insurance to 95% or more of your employees, or what you offered wasn't affordable or didn't provide minimum value, and minimum value is that must cover, on average, 60% of that individual employee's anticipated cost of insurance for the year. That's that out-of-pocket versus my insurance covers. That's that 60-40 split. Affordable is based on earnings level. It is considered affordable, or it is considered unaffordable if the employee's share of a self-only premium exceeds 9.5% of their household income. Employers don't necessarily know the household income, so they've been given a safe harbor, at least for now, that says, okay, if the employee's share of the premium for a self-only plan exceeds 9.5% of what I pay this employee, then that's considered not affordable. It gives the employers the opportunity to look at what's my lowest paid employee, what's 9.5% of their income. Can I offer a plan that will make sure their cost is under that amount? And if they do that, they won't be at risk of a shared responsibility payment ever. If they don't do that, or if they don't offer insurance at all, they will be at risk of a shared responsibility payment somewhere on down the road. They're employees who either don't have an affordable policy offered or don't have any policy offered will be able to go to the marketplace on their own and look at their options for acquiring insurance on their own instead of through their employer. And if they qualify for a premium tax credit, the employer may be hit with a shared responsibility payment. That's what's going to happen somewhere on down the road, but we've got an extra year's reprieve because nobody's quite figured out how to have the information available to make those kinds of decisions. There are some things that already went into effect for larger employers, which has to do with reporting requirements that are already in effect. And I know that my W-2s now have extra information on them about the cost of health insurance and how much of it my employer pays and how much whatever. So that's a reporting requirement for any employer who issues 250 or more W-2s. So that's your much larger folks. They've already got certain reporting requirements in place. So it's the folks between the 50 and 250 who there's no reporting mechanism in place yet. So they're working on it. So those are some of the things that are going to be coming up in the future. In the future in New Hampshire, we can look forward to seeing what happens in the marketplace and if Harvard Pilgrim or somebody else also joins in. There's, in 2016 again, eligibility for SHOP will go up. There are a variety of different things that are going to roll out in the future. And I want to get to the resources because there are, in the event that you don't remember anything I said tonight, which you don't have to, there are a lot of other resources, federal resources, state resources, and other programs that are around to help you refresh your memory and find the information that you need on this. SBA.gov/healthcare. That's SBA's page devoted to healthcare. Now that's going to deal with things for small businesses. and it organizes its material kind of in the way that I went through it today. Self-employed with no employees, fewer than 25, 50 or fewer, 50 or more. It kind of covers things. There's different articles and different links. There's also on that site, and this is something, you know, if you're talking to other folks who haven't been to a workshop, or if they handle human resources and insurance decisions for an employer, or if there's anybody who wants to know more about it, there are links for webinars. They're every Thursday. There are 3 more dates in November, unless one of them was today, in which case there's 2 more. And there's 3 more dates in December. And new dates are posted, you know, as we get through. And these are webinars that are being co-hosted by SBA and the Small Business Majority. SBA doesn't really have a vehicle that allows just, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to sign on to a webinar. Small Business Majority did. So we partnered with them to give us the bandwidth to do these webinars. So those have been going on for the past few months, and they're going to continue, I'm quite sure, at least through the enrollment period. So there should be new dates posted regularly. And again, that's the small business focus. Healthcare.gov, that's the individual focus as well as the business focus. That's the global site for everybody in New Hampshire, particularly individuals and small businesses. And if an employer is not offering insurance, then everybody's an individual. That employer as well as all of their employees. You're all individuals if there isn't a business, you know, employer-sponsored health plan. So all of that is available at healthcare.gov. Anything about premium tax credits, business tax credits, shared responsibility payments, all of those kinds of things, IRS is your definitive authority. And you go to irs.gov, and there are a few different links right on the main page saying you're interested in healthcare, premium tax credits, healthcare tax credits. What is it? Are you an individual or are you a business? And it's very, very easy to find the information on their website. It will be updated as we move along, as more and more decisions are made about different size employers and what they are or are not subject to. They've got a full listing of all of the waivers to the individual shared responsibility payment, on the individual mandate. All of that information, the hardship waivers, all of that information is at the IRS website. Department of Labor, doing what they can to help people be in compliance. There was a deadline that already passed where employers were asked to provide all of their employees with a notice about their health insurance options. There were sample plans, sample notices on the Department of Labor's website. One for where we are not able to offer employer-sponsored health insurance. Here's information about the marketplace if you want to go hunting for your own insurance.